Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your cleaning business to six figures and beyond. Pow! So in today's video, I'm going to look at the stages of your cleaning business. I know when I first got started, I was really concerned with scaling my business where I could quit my 9 to 5, didn't have to plan on when someone could choose on how I could take vacation or if I could take vacation or even if I made enough money to take vacation. I was looking at Undercover Boss the other day, and it's amazing to me how a lot of people have to work 2 and 3 jobs in order to pay for the rent that we need or mortgage for today. It's just truly amazing. So if you have been in that rat race where you have a full-time job, you're only making a couple of dollars, and you know this cleaning thing has to work and it has all the potential to work, then this video I'm going to go into ways, I'm going to do like a series from today, a couple of days, on what you need to do to identify what stage you're in for your cleaning business. So if you like this video, make sure you click the like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit to subscribe so you can receive other videos on this type of information. And if you want to receive all of my videos, make sure you hit the little bell for the notification. So now let's get started. Which stage is your business? So let's say you're 0 to 6 months. What should you do? What does it look like? Well, if you're 0 to 6 months, you're probably just at the stage of getting all the basics. That means you're doing all your basic requirements for Googling to determine if you should be an LLC or sole proprietorship, what that looks like. It's very simple to register with your Secretary of State. You won't have to do anything but spend the money to actually have your business license and register your LLC or your sole proprietor with your Secretary of State. So to find more about that, simply go to your Secretary of State, look under how to start a business in that state, and that will get you started. There is a fee associated with getting your business license and registering with your state. Depending on what state you live in, you may not need a business license, but you definitely have to register, or you may not need a license for the county. I know in like Orlando, Florida, you do have to have a license for the county and a business license and register with your state. Check all of that out so you'll know which are the pros and cons for doing an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, a partnership, sole proprietor, so on and so forth. So check that out. You then want to make sure that if you're doing government contracts, you go on and get your DUNS number, which is duns.dnb.com to obtain your DUNS number if you're looking to move towards government contracts. But if you're looking to do commercial, then the next step is to start making sure that you get everything in order for equipment and supplies. Now, this is where you need to determine what type of industry you're going to seek after. Mine was post-construction, so I needed special equipment and I needed special supplies in order to do that. The next step you want to do is determine what should be your next step on what type of ideal customer you want. Think about that. What's in your area? What do you feel comfortable with? Do you have to clean during the day? In the evening, is day porter? Can you go at night? Is it easy to find someone else to clean when you get to the next stage? Are you working a 9 to 5? Do you have to work on the weekends? If you're doing a restaurant, is it 7 days a week? I didn't want to do 7 days a week cleaning. I wanted a day that if no one showed up, I knew I had a day off. When you're doing the cleaning yourself, that may be something that you're looking at. If you have a spouse, children, or something, or someone that's helping you, that may not be a factor, but that definitely was a factor for me. I started out stage 1, where I'm going with you, 0 to 6 months. That's the first stage. And I absolutely had no one but myself. My actual resources for people and money was very limited. So every decision I made, I had to make wisely. I couldn't waste any money and I couldn't waste any time. I wanted to make sure that I was leaving out of my job. I'd given myself 2 years to leave my 9 to 5, and I was able to do that within 9 months. I literally walked back on my supervisor's desk and wrote last day, and I had no idea whether I was going to work or not, but I knew if I had committed to saying it was my last day, it was going to be my last day because I'd already kind of like given them my notice and there was no turning back. Doing that made me push myself even further and faster so that I could be exactly where I am now, which would not have happened if I hadn't gone out there on that leap of faith, knowing that this industry and how determined I was going to make it happen. So at this point in 0 to 6 months, you're obtaining your insurance. Now, I actually use Hitchcock, and it's hitchcock.com. I was able to do $125 down, $35 a month. I did not, I went online and did the bonding. I did not do it with Hitchcock, but I went online and got a simple bonding. So the bonding was if someone were to steal something, I wanted to make sure I had that covered. And the Hitchcock was for my general liability insurance. At the time, I was in the state of Florida, so I did not have to have workman's comp. I will get to that stage, which is going to be the next stage, which is 6 months to a year, and what that should look like. So with that stage, I've made sure I've got all my business requirements, I've got my insurance, and then I am setting up my website. Very important in stage 0 to 6 to set up your website. I went on to wix.com, set up my website. I did it myself, and I was able to get all that up. I had a basic website, which was all that I felt like I needed at the time. Because remember, we're in stage 1, 0 to 6 months, and my focus was getting my first paid client. So the first thing I did was start looking at where do I actually go to have something or some service done for me. And I started with my dental office, went in there. I knew I was giving him money, and I was determined that he was going to be my first customer. So my first dental office, I think that was in November of 1995. And that was my first customer. While I was sitting in the chair, I excused myself, went to the restroom. I practiced what I was going to say. I was determined because I had to leave that job in December. They usually give us a little bonus of like $1,200 or something like that. We had no 401k because I didn't want to have a real serious job because I knew that I needed the flexibility. I needed to take off when I needed to. So I transitioned from that to doing a temping, and that was perfect. That way I went in, I still had a little money coming in because it was just me, but I didn't have to commit. So I was doing it like 3 days out of the week, and that allowed me time to work on my business. So I went from full-time and kind of stepped back to part-time. But I had no overhead, no children, and like I said, I was starting out where it was just me and very, very, very little overhead, if any, other than just a small apartment. But like I said, I didn't care about the comfort because I knew what I was looking to go towards, and I was willing to give up the comfort for now to get to where I want to get to later. And that's the mindset that I feel works the best. When you are determined, no matter what, to stop working the 9 to 5, stop playing with the business, stop making a side hustle, but make it something that you can actually quit your 9 to 5, work this only, then get to the other stages that I'm going to go through. And I'm going to go through all the way stage 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're stage 1, 0 to 6 months. We've gotten all our basic stuff, our insurance, everything that we need. And then the next thing we're looking at doing is finding our first customer. Focus 100% on just getting, I don't care if it's $200, a one-time clean, a residential. I prefer commercial. Whatever it is you want to get that first clean in, do your first walkthrough. That should happen in stage 0 to 6. 0 to 6 months, that first stage, you want to break that ice and get your first customer. And you can do that. What I did was I actually looked for someone that was already, they were providing a service for me. I was using them and paying them, and I started there. So think about your grocery stores, where you go shop, your daycare, your church, your dry cleaning, somewhere that you are going to get your first customer in stage 0 to 6. Usually 0 to 6, you're getting very basic equipment. You might be going to Home Depot, getting ZEP, ZEP, the basic chemicals, just to do the basic cleaning. You still want to make sure that it is hospital EPA approved. In today's COVID, you want to make sure that whatever you're using, can be inexpensive. You can get it from even Home Depot, but you want to make sure that is EPA approved, on the EPA approved list. So that way you are not getting something that cannot kill the germs that you needed to kill. So that's what I was in 0 to 6 months, stage 1. I got my first customer. I wanted to make sure that I had set up my systems, which we're going to get into step 2, setting up the systems. Step 1, I didn't have the systems yet. I hadn't had a customer. When I got my first customer, I think it was $200 something. That's when I was going into step 2, which was setting up the system, invoicing, and actually setting up a system to market so that the customers came to me, setting up my script for doing cold calling, setting up my marketing plan so that I had several ways to get customers. And that's what I'm going to cover in stage 2. So stage 1 is normally you're under $500 a month. You're not making a lot of money. You're still on your full-time job. You're looking at your exit strategy to leave your full-time job to get to part-time, whether you're doing DoorDash or something to get you to stage 2. So we're going to look at stage 2 in the next video. But if you want to actually have a way to do several things, I'm going to give you several things that you can do with me. The first thing you can do is actually register for my cold call. It is the video. You should see it in the description. If you're looking at doing a cold call, setting up the cold call, which would really go into stage 2, then make sure you click in the description exactly how to register for the cold call. It's limited. I'm going to go into exactly the script that works now. What is working now? That is my whole premise, is what works now. What's working for us now. The second thing is, if you're interested in doing government cleaning contracts, and I would love, love, love for you to come to my free masterclass where I go into everything you need. I call it the 5 Ps. The 5 Ps for getting government cleaning contracts is the preparation. I promote you. I do the proposal. We show you how to do the proposal. We make sure you know how to perform it. And then we concentrate 100% on the profit. This is my 5P method. And this is what I teach when I go into great detail for how to get your first cleaning contract with the government. Now, the masterclass always goes over my favorite subject, which is what? No bidding. How? What you need to do to not do any bidding to get a government cleaning contract. So if you're just getting started and you want to get into that second stage of business, this is a great place to do that. And the third thing is have fun with it, enjoy it, and know if I can do it, you can do it, and you can move through the stages where you're in stage 5, and I can't wait to tell you what stage 5 actually looks like, feels like, and does. So if you want to learn more, you can always reach out to me and call me at 407-986-8228. This is Mrs. M. I'll see you soon on stage 2 on what you need to do and how and what stage 2 looks like in your cleaning business. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.